There are moments in life when a person kneels down to pray, but the words feel heavy. The room is quiet. The heart is tired. Tears may fill the eyes, yet heaven feels far away. Many people wonder, why do my prayers feel blocked? Why do I speak, but nothing seems to change? Sometimes the problem is not that God is absent. Sometimes the problem is hidden in the words we keep speaking every day without realizing their power. Words are powerful. A small word can heal a heart, but another word can break it. Words can plant hope, or they can plant fear. And there are 3 dangerous words many people say that slowly build walls around their prayers. The first word is, impossible. A child looks at a mountain in front of them and says, it's impossible. A mother struggling to feed her family whispers, things will never change. A man who has failed many times says, my dream is impossible now. Little by little, the heart begins to believe it. But the moment a person says, impossible, they stop expecting miracles. Their eyes close before God can even open a door. Fear becomes bigger than faith. Imagine a tiny seed buried under hard ground. From the outside, it looks weak and forgotten. Yet deep inside that seed is life waiting to rise. If the seed could speak and say, it's impossible for me to grow, it would never push through the soil. It would stay buried forever. Many people are living like that seed. They pray for healing, but inside they say, it's impossible. They pray for peace, but whisper, nothing will change. They ask God for help, but their hearts have already decided the answer is no. Faith cannot breathe where impossible lives. There was once a little boy who wanted his sick father to recover. Every night he prayed beside his bed. One evening he heard adults around him saying, there is no hope anymore. The boy became quiet. He stopped praying. When his mother asked why, he answered softly, because it's impossible. His mother held his hands gently and said, never use that word where God is listening. That night the boy prayed again. Not because he knew what would happen, but because hope returned to his heart. The second dangerous word is, hate. Many people do not realize how heavy hate is. Hate poisons the heart slowly. It grows quietly like dark smoke filling a house until there is no clean air left. Someone hurts you, betrays you, lies to you, or abandons you. Pain enters deeply. Then anger begins to grow. Soon the heart says, I hate them. At first, it feels powerful. But over time, hate becomes a prison. A person carrying hate may still smile outside, but inside they are exhausted. Their prayers become weaker because bitterness is choking the love inside them. Think about trying to pour clean water into a dirty cup. No matter how pure the water is, the dirt changes it. In the same way, when hate fills the heart, peace struggles to stay. This does not mean pain is easy. Forgiveness is hard. Sometimes people wound us deeply. Sometimes scars remain for years. But hate only keeps the wound open longer. There was an old man who carried bitterness toward his brother for many years. Every morning he prayed for blessings, yet every night he repeated angry stories in his mind. One day his granddaughter asked him, Grandpa, why do you always look sad after praying? The old man could not answer. That night he realized something painful. He had been speaking to God with his mouth while feeding hate in his heart. So he prayed differently. He whispered, God, help me let go. Not instantly, not perfectly, but slowly, peace returned to him. A heart full of hate cannot fully hear the gentle voice of love. The third dangerous word is, never. Things will never get better. I will never be happy. I will never succeed. God will never answer me. These words seem small, but they are chains around the future. The word, never, closes doors before tomorrow even arrives. It tells the soul to stop hoping. It tells the heart to give up before the story is finished. But life changes in ways nobody can predict. Storms do not last forever. Night does not defeat the morning. Even the coldest winter eventually feels the touch of spring. There are people smiling today who once cried themselves to sleep every night. There are families reunited after years apart. There are dreams that looked dead but suddenly came alive again. Imagine standing in a dark tunnel for so long that you believe light no longer exists. Then one small beam appears ahead. That is what hope does. The word never tries to erase that light. A young girl once dreamed of singing, but people laughed at her weak voice. After many failures, she sat alone and whispered, "I will never become anything." An old music teacher heard her and said gently, "Never is a word humans use when they cannot see tomorrow." Those words changed her life. She practiced again. She failed again. She kept going. Years later, her voice touched thousands of hearts. If she had believed never, her gift would have stayed buried forever. The truth is, words shape the atmosphere around our hearts. What we repeat daily slowly becomes what we believe. And what we believe affects how we pray, how we hope, and how we live. So instead of saying, "Impossible," say, "I still believe." Instead of feeding hate, pray, "Help me heal." Instead of saying, "Never," whisper, "Maybe tomorrow can change." God listens not only to the sound of our voices, but also to the condition of our hearts. A heart filled with faith, love, and hope becomes open like a window letting sunlight in. No person is perfect. Everyone struggles. Everyone says the wrong things sometimes. But every new day is another chance to speak life instead of fear. Your words matter. The things you repeat in secret matter. And maybe today, one small change in your words can